Start on the far side there. Rico, okay.
Hey, X, Noah gets the call, steps in. He didn't have a lot of numbers statistically, but he made impact plays. And I'm thinking mostly about the sequence where he gets the PI, and he comes back the right next play and gets a pick. Talk about his game today and what he brought you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really explain how happy I was for Noah. You know, he put so much work into his game and into this team. I mean, his play on special teams last week got him to be a captain this week, and then he got the call to start and get out there. And I mean, that just shows what kind of leader he is. After getting that PI, tough play. You know, you got to turn your head back. They called the same one on Cal, but after getting that, you know, coming right back and making a big play like that, I was really happy for him, and it means the world to me to see that guy because Noah's hilarious, but he gives so much to this program, and so I can't explain really how happy I am for him and his success.
Xavier, you've been through a lot of ups and downs here. Can you speak to the opportunity that you guys have created for yourself and the importance of having a week like this where you get your feet under yourselves a little bit again?
Yeah. Well, you know, my first 2 seasons, I think we went 7-6, and you know, the crazy thing is, I feel like we were in so many games. Like that defense we had my freshman year with Kari and Raekwon and, you know, Kenny and all those guys. We played Ohio State really tough when they had Haskins, and they come up here. And, you know, this year I think we've just been finding ways to win those games. Last week we were in a position we could have won, but we just didn't get enough stops. But November is championship football, and I'm blessed to be able to be a part of that, a part of something that we're chasing. We put ourselves in good position, you know, to have an opportunity. But we got, you know, that big one next week, you know, in a crazy environment.
Xavier, going off of that then, you know, obviously you limit the passing yards this week. That was a goal of your guys'. Third down being better, that was a goal. Did that too. How important is that going into this game with the Buckeyes next week? Yeah.
Well, Maryland, you know, had some players out there, and they had some athletic dudes, and Ohio State will too. And it was good. You know, something I think our defense does well when it's a point. When we make a point of emphasis on something, I think we get better at it. And I think they went like 3 for 13 is what I heard on third down. So we put so much time in the film room. You know, guys coming in at like 7, 8 p.m. to watch film, and we're watching third downs and how to get better. So it was fun to see that come into play tonight.
Coach Tucker was just in here saying, you know, the response from Purdue was Monday through Friday, basically, and this was sort of the product of that. What did you see during the week that you guys could rebound, put that in the past, and handle this one the way you did?
Yeah, well, our leaders stepped up a lot on the team, and, you know, dudes just had conversations like, you know, it's just be honest. We didn't play good enough, especially on defense. Especially on third down. And like I said, we came in, we watched so much film, we put in so much extra work this past weekend. D-line did really good, getting pressure on their quarterback. And we just executed. It wasn't too many busts throughout the plays or throughout the game. I messed up on that right before the half. They ran the over route. I should have been on it. But, you know, we just got to keep working. I got to do better on that. But it's fun to see us, you know, point something out. We got to do this better, and we got it done.
Was any part of this week about confidence, you think, after that Purdue game, or was that?
No, because we thought we were going to win. You know, even at the end of the Purdue game, we thought we were going to win, and, you know, not rebuilding confidence, but, you know, focusing more, I think is what it was.
Xavier, right in the middle here. You guys are missing starters on both sides of the ball, which obviously is not ideal, but does that help you guys kind of, I don't know, rally and circle wagons or whatever you want to call it at a time like this in the year?
I guess you could say that. You know, football is such a physical sport. You know you're going to lose some people, God forbid. But, you know, we've talked about that before, and people, it's just next man up. And even if you're second, third string, you're not just out there. The coaches the players won't let you just be out there, just, you know, half-ass in practice and whatnot. So you're forced to get better no matter where you're playing. And we're confident in the guys we put out on the field.
Up here in the front,
The three leading tacklers tonight for you guys were in the secondary, you two and Marquis. Can you guys just talk a little bit about the effort from the secondary tonight and how that improved from last week?
Yeah.
I think that the big thing about our secondary, we've always been taught to be tacklers, great tacklers in space, and then great tacklers in the hole. You feel me? So the same as coverage. Rush and cover work together, just always get them on the ground. And I believe we all work hard as a group, safeties and corners, and I believe it shows on the field.
I don't think there was much difference in effort. We just did a better job. I actually don't think I did well tackling. I slipped off with the dude on the screen pass. They kind of busted a run through the middle, and I missed him. Me and Darius, I think, sandwiched the guy, and he bounced out somehow.
Yeah.
But there's no lack of effort, not last week and not this week. We just did a better job of knocking them down, I think, wrapping up. We're always going to – and Marquis, I love seeing Marquis kind of hit that tight end pretty hard. And I was talking to him on the sideline. Oh, you can't – and I was arguing with him. That's a good hit. Well, you want your corners when Coach Tucker says if you see your wideouts blocking and your corners tackling, that's a sign of a good football team.
I love a corner that can hit.
Yeah.
And Marquis will go stick his face in the fan. Same with Chuck. Really all of them. I love that.
I wondered about, you mentioned about Marquis and Ronald last week. The toughness factor that those two showed, and particularly that fourth down play that Ronald made on that PBU, and also the play that Drew made on the other fourth down. How much are you guys seeing those guys that are new to this program kind of elevating their play now?
Yeah. Well, especially after that loss last week, people just, no matter, we don't look at them as transfers anymore. They're part of our team. They're our brothers. And they just don't want to let anybody down, the guy next to them down. And, that's why dudes play so hard. And Ronald's, for sure, I could see it on his face before the game. He was tired of giving up passes. I saw it in the week. He was tired of giving up receptions. So I saw it on his face tonight. He didn't want to let any of that happen.
Over the last couple of weeks, it kind of seems like the screen pass has been biting you guys a little bit. Is that maybe an area of concern to you guys defensively, and why do you think that maybe teams are finding success with that?
Yeah, it is a concern. I got to watch the film. I know it shouldn't have got off. He shouldn't have scored because I went under the block and then missed it, slipped off the tackle. But when your pass rush is being so aggressive, that screen pass is a good thing to go to. But we just got to get better leverage. Like I got to leverage it back to the rest of the defense, rest of the dudes inside, and the dudes got to run, and hustle all the way across the field to knock a dude down. But we're gonna look at it and we're gonna get better at it.
Anything else for these guys? Jack, here in front.
X, over the past 50 years, Michigan State probably cost Ohio State 5 national championships. How much better do you have to play next week than you played this season? And did you get a taste of what a real big game atmosphere was 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I played in big games before. A lot of the dudes have. But I don't think I played in a game with so much on the line, just like we talked about for championship football. And we know how good Ohio State is, but we're going to watch the film. We're going to see what we see. And we know for a fact they got good players, but we're going to, work our tails off to go out there and compete for a good game.
All right, we have time for 2 more starting here.
All right, Darius, I need your expert opinion. True thoughts on the neon jerseys.
I love them. I mean, especially with the dark green pants, we had the little color rush going on, NFL color rush. I've loved them since I first tried them on when I was a recruit. I love them now. Any negative criticism goes in my left ear, not my right ear. It'll always be that way, but I love them. I stand firm on my opinion as well.
How about the font as a graphic designer?
Pardon?
As a graphic designer, how about the font?
The font, I believe, is making a statement. It's, but it's a statement. Michigan State. You feel me? I told you I love everything about them. And anytime I go on Twitter or Instagram and I see some negativity, I look at it, scold them for a second, and then get on with my day because I love them. I always have. Yes, sir.
As much as I'd love to wrap it there, Steve.
Darius, I wanted to ask you, I asked actually a little bit earlier, just what did this week look like in terms of the secondary and trying to bounce back? I don't know, none of you guys were probably happy, with how things went at Purdue and all the passing yards down there. What did this week look like in practice and refocusing and maintaining confidence, all that?
Major emphasis on third down. Like X had said previously, I'm sure, he actually brought us in. We watched some extra film. We worked on third down every day instead of the normal schedule that we normally do. And then really just, wrapping up, just making plays, tackling in space, and gang tackling, running to the ball, everything. Really just an emphasis on effort and third down specifically.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
God bless.